Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. For today's beauty video, I am going to be talking about the Real Techniques brushes that I have. Now, granted, I don't have very many of the Real Techniques brushes, but I thought I would just show you guys the ones that I do have so you can get a good look at the ones that I love. Let's do this thing. So I have 8 Real Techniques brushes here. I mainly have the face brushes, so I don't have many eye brushes. These are the regular version of the brushes. I think that they have like a more expensive, high-end looking version of the brushes, so I just have the basic ones. All of these were a gift, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these were all a gift, so I did not buy these myself. I'm pretty sure that you can get them at Ulta, but you could probably also get them online. I mean, you can get anything online. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick out each brush and I'm going to show you guys the names and what they look like and what I think of them. The first brush is called the Multitask brush. So this brush can do several different things as the name suggests. You could use this for face powder or blush or bronzer, kind of whatever you prefer. I typically use this with my face powder to set my makeup, and I use like the Maybelline Fit Me powder or something like that. I like this brush because it's so big that it covers a large space of my face at a time, so it gets things done really fast. It's a little bit flatter, so you can get kind of under your eyes like this, and you can get in between your eyebrows. It's just a really good multitasking brush. The next brush is called the Buffing brush. This is one of the orange handled brushes. Why did I say that like that? So this brush could be used to buff in your liquid foundation. It could also be used for face powder, anything you want really. But I use this with my face powder, kind of like what I do with the multitasking brush, so I kind of use them for similar things. I usually just use my Real Techniques sponge to buff in my foundation, so I don't really use this one that much, but when I do, I use it for bronzer or face powder. The next brush is the contour brush. So you could use this for contouring or bronzing. This seems like it'd also be a good shape for setting your under eyes because it fits in that space real well. However, I use this with my Physicians Formula bronzer to kind of get underneath my cheekbones like that and around my forehead. That's my favorite way to use this. I think out of all the brushes that I use this one the most often. The next brush is called the Essential Foundation brush. So according to the name, this is for your foundation. I personally wouldn't use this for foundation because I feel like you would get kind of those brush strokes in your foundation. But you could also use this for your under eye concealer or anything really, but I rarely ever use this brush. I don't think I've ever actually used this to do my foundation. I've tried it out before with foundation, but I didn't really like it, so this isn't one of my favorites. The next brush is the pointed foundation brush. So this is basically a smaller version of the Essential Foundation brush. It's just a little bit thinner and more pointed at the tip. I also rarely ever use this brush, but like with the other Essential Foundation brush, this one you could use for your under eye concealer. I think this one would fit really well in that space. However, this one, I don't know if you would want to use this for foundation because it's just a little bit too thin. It's really up to you though. I never use it though. Next, I have these 3 eye brushes. Personally, I would love to get more eye brushes from Real Techniques because I really seem to like them. I hope I can get more in the future. This one is called the Domed Shadow Brush. I love this brush. I use this brush a lot. I mainly use it to kind of cover my entire eyelid with a base shadow, so I'll use it with an eyeshadow that is the color of my skin tone to set the base that I put on or the concealer that I put over my eyelids. So this is really good for that. It's also good if you just want to put on or pack on an all over lid shade, so I love this one and would recommend this to you guys if you're looking for a good eyeshadow brush. The next brush is the detailer brush. So this is a teeny tiny eye brush. This would be good if you were trying to get in the inner corners of your eyes with maybe a really light shadow. It's nice for a lower lid shade if you really want to get under your eyelashes. I used this one the other day actually to pack on a lid color on the inner corner for a lighter pop of color. I recommend this if you are looking for a really tiny kind of pointed eye brush. Last but not least, I have the Silicone liner brush. I myself have pretty much never used this brush. I think I may have used it one time just to try it out, but I think this would be very, very good for a gel liner or liquid liner where you want to get a very precise line. Because it's silicone, you're probably going to get a very even line with this. So if you were looking for a liner brush, but maybe the regular angled brushes aren't doing it for you, this would be an interesting one to try out. So overall, I love the Real Techniques brushes. Like I said, I don't have very many and I don't have like the more high-end looking brushes, so I will eventually check out more of their brushes, but so far so good. I never have a problem with them. They don't shed, they don't fall apart. They are a more affordable option. So if you are just a beginner with makeup, or maybe you just don't want to spend a butt ton of money on makeup brushes, I think these will do the job just fine. You don't necessarily need super expensive makeup brushes to get a good look, especially if you're someone who just does basic looks on a day-to-day basis. You're not going to need super high quality brushes or super fancy brushes. You just kind of need the basics. So if that is you, then I would suggest checking out this line of brushes. Like this video if you enjoyed it or found it helpful, and make sure to subscribe to my channel to see whenever I post something new. I put up new videos every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so be on the lookout for those. And until my next video, I will see you guys soon. Bye guys! And it's also kind of a little bit thinner and more flat. Okay, so it's not thinner, it's just more flat. Oh my god, it's so terrible! There's another bug. Are you kidding me? I swear to God. I swear to God. These bugs are driving me insane. It's also good to get underneath your lash line, in between your lashes, for a nice under the lid color. Under the lid. Lower lid. That's what I meant. And spend a butt ton of money on the expensive eye makeup brushes. So if you are just a beginner with makeup, or you don't want to splurge and spend So if you are just a beginner with makeup, or maybe you just don't want to spend a butt ton of makeup, why can't I say the sentence? A butt ton of money. So that is it for this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. No, that's not what I say. No, that's not what I say either.